Are you ready? Tell me you're ready.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show once again. And as always, I'm your host, David Burrows. This is episode number 31. And as always, I'd like to thank you because it's all because of you viewers that we're still here and going strong at the show. All right. Many things to talk about. We're going to talk about what we did over the past weekend here and lots of things happening this weekend coming up. And later on in the show, some special announcements about the show. We are expanding once again. So let's get right into it. This past weekend, there were lots of things happening, but the ARTWALK 2012 happened downtown Christina and Front Street and side streets. This ARTWALK has gotten so big. It's incredible. People coming from all over to see Sarnia ARTWALK 2012. Myself and my friend Jennifer, we took my kids, Julie and Jason, down to the ARTWALK to walk the art, if you will. And we had a lot of fun. We took the camera with us, and we want to show you some of the things that happened down there. Now, before we do that, I got to say, I was totally impressed about how well organized everything was down there. The musicians that were there, the talent, it was just a really fun atmosphere. People were dancing in the streets and trying different things. It was just a lot of fun. So if you missed Sarnia ARTWALK, well, you really missed something very special. All right. Fortunately, too, the weather held out, and that was awesome. Both Saturdays and Sundays, Sarnia ARTWALK 2012. We were down there on Saturday, and we went for a walk, and we're going to show you just a couple little things that happened down there. And I got a little selfish. I put my kids in this one. You're going to see my son Jason doing a little special art walk, if you will. And my daughter Julie, she had a drawing that she did of a horse, and it was down displayed at Sarnia ARTWALK. So being a proud dad, I wanted to share that with you. So right now, let's go to this Sarnia ARTWALK.
That's how it feels when living is real. And today is only made about 24 hours. Time is like 60 minutes with 60 seconds only. For a second it can seem like hours when you're in something you could see if you could only give yourself a minute.
Went all the way down there and started back looking for
Thank you so much for being easy.
If you hold it tight, and then if you're going to kind of fall backwards, and you can hold on to that. It'll keep you up. Yeah, you can keep yeah, back. Okay. Just get rid of it.
Hello, everybody here down at Sarnia ARTWALK 2012, and we're looking at some of the local artists, some from high schools, local high schools, and here local artist Julie Aline Burrows. That's a really interesting last name. Thanks for being here on the show, Julie. This is your drawing up here, the horse?
Yep.
And you drew that freehand, too?
Yeah.
And what did you use? Is that pencil?
Pencil.
Oh, okay. And how long have you been drawing?
It took me about 2 weeks because I wanted to take my time to make it look.
Yeah, okay. What else are you taking at school?
Taking art and music.
What are you playing in music?
Saxophone, alto saxophone.
Saxophone. So, do you do a lot of drawing on a regular basis?
Yeah, every day.
What do you typically, do you have something, is animals something you typically
Animals,
like to draw
yeah.
a lot of? Okay. Anything you want to add?
Live long and prosper.
All right. Down here at Sarnia ARTWALK 2012, lots more to show you here on the show. All right, once again, very proud dad putting his kids in there, but want to say thank you to all the organizers of Sarnia ARTWALK 2012 for putting together this incredible event. It just seems to keep getting bigger and bigger and better every year. And kudos to all the performers and entertainers that were involved with Sarnia ARTWALK 2012. And special congratulations to my daughter, Julie Aline Burrows, for having her horse drawing displayed down at ARTWALK 2012. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about some future events only a few weeks away. But first, take a look at this.
Too pro for promo, rags to riches, lost souls, follow me. Okay. I feel good, I feel great, cause time came, took the pain away. Good, I feel great after the rain, it's a sunny day. Good, I feel great, cause time came, took the pain away. Good, I feel great, ain't these days really crazy, man? I started off with nothing, now I'm focused, got much to say. Don't worry if you hurtin', child, time will take the pain away. Patience is a virtue, so meditate to find a way. Money ain't the root of evil, share the profits which you make. Smile each and every day, never know which one's your last. People try to put me down, deep inside I choose to laugh. Anger is a weakness, too busy trying to get this cash.
All right, once again, welcome back to the show here. We've got lots of things to talk about. We're just going to keep moving along for you. Coming up in a couple of weeks, Sarnia RIBFEST 2012 starts on Thursday, June the 14th. The Sarnia RIBFEST presented once again by the Sarnia Kingsmen down at Centennial Park. Free admission, donation only. So take the time to get down there. It's an all-ages event. It's very family-oriented, so take the time to get down there Thursday. And the band that's going to be kicking it off, coming back to Sarnia, EVERGLO is going to be here. They are a rock dance band, they like to call themselves. And we were fortunate enough to get at least one of the members of EVERGLO, Kat Vaughn, took the time to do an interview with us to talk about the band and how excited they are to be coming to Sarnia. So right now, we're going to go to the interview on Skype. And here's Kat Vaughn from EVERGLO, and then we'll be back. Hello, everybody, here on the show, and as promised, an exclusive interview with members of EVERGLO coming to Sarnia June the 14th to kick off RIBFEST. And there is Kat Vaughn. How you doing, Kat?
It's good. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us here. I know you guys have been, EVERGLO's been really, really busy.
It's just a big, big fun ride.
Yeah. Just recently, you this past weekend, you were down in Barrie. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a really good show. It was the first time in 3 years that it hadn't rained, so it was a really good crowd. There's a lot of people out, and they were really, really responsive, so it was really good to see. Awesome. Well, it's been a while since you've been to Sarnia, so we're very excited to have you coming to kick off RIBFEST here. And what kind of you guys play a lot of kind of different music, but how would you genre EVERGLO? We genre ourselves as dance rock. We try to make everything really up-tempo and upbeat. Everything's really positive. We have a really happy vibe to our show, and we just try to get everybody involved. So all ages can enjoy you? Absolutely. Right. Now, you're going to be kicking things off here on the Thursday at 6 o'clock, and we're really hoping to catch some behind-the-scenes footage with EVERGLO. Would that be possible? Absolutely. I think we're showing up early in the afternoon, so we might be able to give you a little bit of an acoustic thing. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Now, you guys have got an album out currently. Let's talk about that. Yeah, it's our debut album. It's called Rise. It's been out for a little bit. It's a full-length album, and like I said, everything's really positive. Everything's honestly written, and we just try to have a lot of fun with it, be upbeat, and give the audience a good show out of it. Right. And some other projects you're working on right now. You've got a couple of videos coming out through the summer. Is that accurate as well? Yeah, one of the tracks on the album is a secret track. It's Call Me the Remix. So we've been shooting all of my scenes, and we just finished doing all of those about 2 weeks ago. So we have some other scenes to shoot, and then we're hoping to release that video in the middle of the summer. And then we have our first single, Falling in Love, and that's just a compilation of a bunch of our live footage that we're putting together and hoping to get out maybe by the end of the summer, maybe 3/4 of the way through. Awesome. So well, we'll look forward to seeing a sneak peek of that here on the show if we can put the hint out there. Oh, when I get an edited copy, I'll make sure I put a little snippet together and send it over. That would be great.
future plans for Everglow? I mean, after RIBFEST, where are you guys off to after that?
After RIBFEST, we're doing Wasaga Beach Fest on the 23rd, and we're opening for Carl Wolf, and we opened for him at Barrie Waterfront Festival. So we're really looking forward to doing that again. It was a really, really good time. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, once again, we're very excited to have you come back to Sarnia and kick off the Sarnia RIBFEST again early at 6 o'clock, so that all ages can get out and enjoy you. And of course, Whiskey Rain and Third Wave are going to be there later in the evening as well.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. We're up there all early in the afternoon, and we're probably going to be up there all night. And I know that the guys are off hunting for Junior's computer, so I wish they could have been here. But, you know, everybody will get to see them at the show.
Awesome. Well, thank you once again. And be sure to thank the guys for helping get this interview working and together. And we'll look forward to seeing you on June the 14th.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kat. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kat, she's a lot of fun. Kat, thank you so much for being so entertaining on the interview and talking to us. I know the band's very busy. They've been touring a lot. They've recently played in Barrie, as she mentioned in the interview, and they've got a tour going on, so they're getting around a lot. Congratulations, Everglow, on the album and the videos and everything that's happening in the Everglow world. And we're very excited and looking forward to seeing Everglow Thursday, June the 14th. They're kicking it off for the Sarnia RIBFEST 2012. And after Everglow, you'll stick around. Whiskey Rain and Third Wave will be there to keep the action going all through the evening, once again down at Sarnia RIBFEST 2012. Visit SarniaRibFest.com. Find out who's playing on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I know Rick Steves is going to be down there Sunday, and we've got the Mudmen are coming, and Portrait of You, and Shelley Raston, and many, many local bands are going to be down there as well. But take the time if you want to find out what's happening to visit SarniaRibFest.com. Also, Everglow promises that we'll have some backstage footage to show you of their performance and a little sneak peek. Well, you'll see it on the following week's show after RIBFEST. All right, so once again, RIBFEST 2012. All right, let's move on and talk about some other things that are coming up. We talked several times now to a young 80s tribute group called POWERHOUSE. These young gentlemen are very excited about playing the 80s music, rock and roll, and they have their end of school summer bash coming up June the 16th down at the River City Vineyard, the old YMCA on Minton Street. And you're going to want to get down there and check this out. This is an all ages event, and it's only $5 to get in, and you're going to want to, we'll put up on the screen, Chris Fraser's number should be up on the screen. That's how you can get a hold of tickets for this event, or just show up down there. It starts at 6 o'clock on June the 16th down at River City. Now, they have also decided to add some teen suicide awareness to their show. They already had the show planned, but they've decided to add the yellow ribbon campaign, if you will, to their show. They're going to have some pamphlets and brochures down there, and there may even be a few guest speakers talking about teen suicide. So get down there and show your support, and if anything, have a whole lot of fun. 80s tribute band POWERHOUSE down at River City Vineyard, and we'll be following up as that date gets closer as well. All right, well, many, many other things that are happening around town. I can't talk about them all here, but we can take the time to scroll them across the screen. So right now, here is your Cheeky Monkey weekend update. Take a look at this, and then we'll be back.
Cheeky Monkey, movies and more. Cheeky Monkey, the greatest CD store in town. Cheeky Monkey, the greatest CD store in town.
All right, welcome back to the show once again. That's your Cheeky Monkey weekend update, and we want to thank Cheeky Monkey for their help in supporting the show as well. Cheeky Monkey, located downtown at the corner of Christina and Cromwell, this record store and more. And I say records, they have records, I mean the vinyl, and they've got the DVDs and the CDs, and there's art down there from local artists, and it's a really neat store, and you should take the time to stop in and say hello to Marianne and her husband Roland, owners of the store. They're a lot of fun and great people as well. So once again, Marianne and Roland, thank you for your support here on the show. All right, well, coming up, a very special event coming up this weekend, Saturday, June the 9th, down at the Stubborn Mule. Sean Hogan, Canadian country recording artist, coming to the Stubborn Mule this Saturday with special guest Whiskey Rain. Going to be down at the Stubborn Mule for an incredible performance. This gentleman started back in 1996 with his first big album across Canada, and many, many awards since then. And we were fortunate enough and very excited to have our new friend Sean Hogan took the time to do a Skype interview with us to talk a little bit about his career and how he's excited to be coming to Sarnia this Saturday, June the 9th. Tickets for this event available down at Cheeky Monkey and Pickers Alley, only $12.50. Don't wait. It's going to really sell fast. They're going very, very well. So make sure, country fans, get down, get your tickets, Cheeky Monkey and Pickers Alley, for Sean Hogan coming up this Saturday, June the 9th, down at the Stubborn Mule. And as I mentioned, Sean took the time to have a special Skype interview here with us, and we're going to just go to that and show you right now, and then we'll be back. Take a look.
Hi, everybody. Here we are on the show, and very exciting. Coming up last minutes, we've been working on it very hard, but finally got a hold of our next special guest. Sean Hogan is joining us here. Of course, Sean Hogan coming to Sarnia this Saturday down to the Stubborn Mule with special guest Whiskey Rain. Hello, Sean. How are you today?
Oh, good, David. Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Very excited, and thank you so much for taking the time to be here on the show. We're looking forward to seeing you down this weekend at the Stubborn Mule.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm coming to my hometown. It's been, must be a decade since I've been there. So.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, like you say, you're from Sarnia originally. You lived here about 19 years, is that right?
Yeah, I'd say 19, 20 years. The last couple, off and on, back and forth from college. But I think it was in 87 that I moved on to Toronto. And so, yeah, a good 20 years at least.
So moving on to, like you say, it was about 87 you kind of moved away. But 1996, 97 was really when things started taking off for Sean Hogan. You had your first album came out. And, of course, 1997, your first CCMA award for Male Artist of the Year. And you've established quite a resume since then.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it's been quite a ride. And that's correct. In 97, I was fortunate enough to snag the very first award for Independent Male Artist of the Year with the CCMA. Of course, these days, most of the artists are all independent, but back then they weren't. And that, set me up nicely to get working on my second album, and things have been, fairly consistent. I've had an album out, I guess, every 2 to 2.5 years in the past 16 years.
Yeah, that's exciting. Several albums and many more awards in between 97 and to current date. Most recently, though, your latest album just came out a couple of months ago called Phoenix, correct?
That's right, Phoenix.
And there was this was sort of a long-term. When I say long-term, you sort of changed a bit of a genre in there a little bit, did you? Or changed a little bit of style, or reinvented yourself a little bit?
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I've always been fairly left of center with my sound, and that's worked well for me. I've been able to, over that span of time, dovetail a place for myself in the market, if you will, in the industry. I'm not a pure country guy. I never have been. I never pretended to be. I love a lot of pure country, but my roots are very much thoroughly infused with the music I grew up listening to on Detroit rock radio, music of the 60s and 70s, and Motown and soul music. So that is naturally woven through my material, and it always has been. But the singer-songwriter aspect, that acoustic Americana sound, has been very present. And there's been a place at country radio for the singer-songwriters over the years. I'm not sure if that's as available these days. I think country radio is getting more, I guess, closed to artists that are stylistically divergent. But having said that, it's been a good ride.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I think you're right. I mean, a lot of the country is changed since country was just country, right? And now there's a lot of different, I guess we can say there's many different genres of country out there now. It's not just country anymore. But
yeah,
like you say, you're very diverse, and your latest album, I haven't listened to all of it, but some of it, and very, very enjoyable. Are we going to see just some stuff from your recent album, or are we going to see stuff from 96 to present day this week at the Stubborn Mule?
Well, yeah, you're going to hear material from my career, so as much as I think I'm playing, 85, 90% of this new album, that's only part of the whole night, and those songs are mixed throughout the show. There's material from my previous 5 albums. I was thinking about that the other day. I think there's maybe only one cut from the very first album, and it's the only one I didn't write. And I'll just leave it at that. Some fans would know what that one is.
Okay.
But yeah. But then there's several from my second album, at least one from my third, a few from my fourth album, a few from the fifth album, and then, like I say, almost the entire most recent album. It's funny how that happens over the years. It's a good problem to have, really. You put out a bunch of albums and songs do well. I've had, a good number of top 20 and top 10 hits in Canada with songs I've written. And so you want to play those. You don't want to just, like they never happened. They're part of where I am today and how I got here. So, you want to, and people know me for those songs. So I'll be playing those as well as brand new material. So it's a good mix, and it's so much fun. And this show, I've got a 5-piece band. Really pumped about the show. They're fantastic players. These guys have played with major artists out of Canada, from Alana Miles as my keyboard player. Paul Chapman, my guitarist, has played with so many people. I don't even, you need to Google these guys, but just a variety, a wide range of very successful artists, and I'm very privileged to have them in my band. The same with my drummer, Sean O'Grady, and Andrew Affleck on bass. So, they're all veterans, as I guess I am these days, and it's going to be a great show.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to that, for sure, and looking forward to meeting you in person and the rest of the band. But I just want to jump back for a minute, Sean. You mentioned, you've had a lot of success, of course, in Canada. But I'll brag about you a little bit more. You've had some good success in the United States as well.
Yeah, as an independent, thanks for that. It's been good. It hasn't been, I haven't, broken or set any records in the United States, but, it's a tough, it's certainly more than a lot of independents in Canada have done in the U.S. thus far. I will say that. That's the truth. And without having that major record label and that big promotional arm behind me in the U.S., I've had top 20 and top 40 success in the U.S., but not on the Billboard chart, on the New Music Weekly and the Music Row chart. So these are medium to small towns the size of Sarnia, right across the United States, that have played material from my very first album, which I only sent to the U.S. in 2009. And that was an American version of the Southern Sessions, which was my fifth album in Canada. So, yeah, it's been great. And I got the U.S. work visa to allow me to cross the border and get that work going on. So I hope to do more of that,
Yeah, that's exciting. Well, congratulations to you for accomplishing that. You've accomplished many things, and I know that we're many people are very excited to see you coming down to Sarnia. And certainly a very, very reasonable as well. I mean, only $12 for people to see.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Mule.
$12.50. I mean, I just saw that price when I came to town, and I mean, no offense to anybody, but I couldn't believe it myself, because usually I'll do a solo acoustic show, and it's no less than $15 at the door. So I'm like, $12.50 for the whole band? What's going on? I mean, my show in Sudbury the other night, I played Sudbury on Saturday night, and tickets were $20 in advance, $25 at the door, and that's completely reasonable. And so when I saw $12.50, I kind of shook my head, but I thought, okay, well, I guess they're being generous to my hometown crowd, and why not?
Yeah, why not? Well, I'll tell you once again, Sean, I know I keep saying it, but we're very, very excited to have you come to your hometown, Sarnia, and we're definitely going to be pushing it through here on the show. And can we get an interview with you Saturday night before you go on stage?
Yeah, for sure. No worries. Let's make it happen.
Awesome. 2 more questions, and they're very, very simple. What's your favorite color?
Wow. I think probably hands down it'd have to be green.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right. Sean Hogan, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here on the show. Sean, once again, thank you so much for joining us here. We look forward to seeing you.
You're welcome. Thank you, David, for having me on the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break, and we're going to play a video from Sean Hogan. You can also check out Sean at his website at www.seanhogan.net. Sean Hogan, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Sean Hogan, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, Sean. I know you've been very busy. Sean just got back from a Sudbury Saturday night when we did that interview, and we're looking forward to meeting Sean and his band down at the Stubborn Mule this Saturday, June the 9th, with special guest Whiskey Rain will be there. Tickets only $12.50 down at Cheeky Monkey and Pickers Alley. Once again, Sean Hogan with special guest Whiskey Rain at the Stubborn Mule this Saturday, June the 9th. If you want to find out more about Sean Hogan and his music, visit him at www.seanhogan.net. And before the end of the show, we'll show you how you can win some tickets to see Sean Hogan and Whiskey Rain. All right, time to move on. We've got a special announcement here, a new segment that we're going to be adding to the show, and it's called Speak Out on the Show. And Speak Out on the Show gives you, the viewers, a chance to give your opinion, or maybe you've got an organization you're involved with, or maybe you've just got a beef or a bitch. Call it whatever you want, but Speak Out on the Show is your opportunity to speak out and be heard. All right, if you want to be on the show for that, please send an email to, this is my agent and producer of the show, Joe Bird is helping me out and put these things together. So send an email to joebird@davidburrows.ws, and Joe will contact you and do the best we can to get you on the show as quick as we can. All right, so now our first segment of Speak Out on the Show involves a couple of the members from the Canadians for Family Law Reform. And the Canadians for Family Law Reform was down rallying recently in front of City Hall. And we were fortunate enough to get a couple of interviews. One of the co-founders, Jim Canie, is going to speak to us. And then we're going to go right into an interview with one of the members as well, Donna Hogan. Talks to us about the Canadians for Family Law Reform, what it's about, and some of the things that are happening. So take a look at these interviews, and we'll be right back.
So just keep looking.
Hello, everybody. We're here on the show, and we're down at City Hall this week, and we've got a very special rally happening down here. And to talk to us more about what is happening is Jim Canie from the Canadians for Family Law Reform. That's a mouthful, Jim.
Yeah, it is, but it's what it's all about.
And what exactly is the CFFLR?
Well, what we are, we're first of all, we're a support group, and we're a watchdog group. So basically, there's problems in the family law system, and we're bringing an awareness to it. I mean, people know that it exists, the problems it exists, but what no one has ever done is collectively as a group brought the problem out to the forefront.
And what exactly, be a little more specific, what's the problem here?
Well, the problem is when you go to family law court, it's like you against everyone else. You know, it's not the system's not fair. It's biased. Sometimes it's biased towards the male. Sometimes it's biased towards the female. A lot of us are finding that you get there and automatically you've gone from being a full-time parent to somebody that's in your children's lives for one time a week.
Right. Now, have we seen any changes? And this isn't just locally a group. This is a group across Canada. Is that right?
Our group, we're on Facebook. We have over 500 members on Facebook. We are across Canada. We are known across Canada. We've been in the Law Times magazine. They've written an article about us. They don't like the fact of what we're doing. Recently, I spoke with some people from Chatham, who the judges and lawyers down there were giving a couple of the people down there problems because they were affiliated with our group. Somehow they had made some posts on the Facebook page, and they were watching it. So everybody's watching it. I've got a lawyer friend in Ottawa that heard about us. I mean, another guy in Newmarket in Toronto. Right. We're everywhere.
So the word's getting out there. Have you seen any changes occur since the group has started? I
think that there's subtle changes happening. I think that the judges, the fact that we're watching them, when we have one of our members, there's somebody that goes to court, there's 5 or 6 or 7 of us that go as well as support, and they're seeing that. Right. So they're not as quick to grant an adjournment. Before, there would be, a lawyer would ask for an adjournment and it'd be granted, no questions asked. Right. So that's that cost factor that keeps going on and on. So then you're back the next week, the next thing happens, and I was at the point where I had like about 9 adjournments in a row. Right. So we're seeing that.
Some small and subtle. So it's starting. It's starting.
We're seeing the judges are not as quick to grant the adjournments. Right. They're more aware, more careful in what's being said and what's being allowed. There's the court staff. Everybody's being more careful.
Right. Jim Canie, thank you so much for your time.
All right, thanks,
Canadians
Dave.
for Family Law Reform. We're going to be following up with Jim Canie and his group, and possibly having a discussion on our live show that we do every Monday evening at 9:30. Jim Canie, once again, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Right now, back here once again on the show, talking to a member of the Canadians for Family Law Reform. I said it right, didn't I?
That's right.
Donna,
mouthful.
Yes, it is. Donna Hogan here joining us. Thanks for joining us, Donna.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Donna, we talked to Jim earlier, and he had a bit of perspective on what this is about. Tell us your side of things for what this group is about.
Well, I think for me the biggest part is we're a watchdog group and also a support group. So we're looking to help people going through family law situation, but also a watchdog group to sort of hold the professionals in this system accountable.
There seems to be a lot of and I'm only recently new to this information, but there seems to be a lot of what I'd call questionable activities. Yeah.
Yes, that's what we're coming to find out. The more we talk to people and the more people we meet and we hear their story, there seems to be a lot of recurrent themes. Right.
And it's not just people who know each other telling the same story. It's people that maybe you don't know and they don't know telling the same story. There's a common denominator in there, if you will.
There is.
And this is happening not just here in Sarnia, all across Canada. But
we have a lot of members joining our Facebook group from all across Canada, and some even in the States. So it's not an isolated local problem. Right. It seems, for some reason, it seems to be especially bad in Sarnia, but.
Right. So the awareness is getting out there, and as we talked off camera a little bit, the awareness is good. But now what? Are you seeing some changes?
We have people learning more. They're starting to learn where they can go if they have a complaint about a particular lawyer or a judge, or they feel they've been wronged, who to go to, where to complain to. Right. The different agencies set up in place for that.
I find it interesting, and please don't take this the wrong way, but I mean, you're sitting here as a female talking about this, and I think, at least I know I did, I naturally would just think, oh, well, it's a guy thing. But there's actually quite a lot of females.
Well, if you think for every male going through the situation, there's generally a female and a mom that has to deal with the same issues, only in reverse.
Right. Okay.
So it tends to affect
everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Where's the Facebook group that we can find you guys?
The Facebook group is We're Canadians for Family Law Reform. Yeah, it's just a group on.
And we think, or I think that it's great that the awareness is getting out there. Is there regular rallies that happen, or regular places to meet? Or?
We've been actually quite diligent about having regular rallies. We were out there in the dead of winter when the weather wasn't as favorable, so I'm expecting that we're going to also hold some rallies when the weather's nicer, but we have regular monthly meetings. It's generally the first Wednesday of every month, and we hold our meetings at the Travel and Tourism Center in Point Edward.
And what time is that at?
That's at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 to 9.
Very good. We'll get that out. We'll put that information up the show. Donna Hogan here once again, and we're looking at having Donna Hogan and Jim Canie from this group on our next live broadcast, which watch for it on Facebook and here on the show. Donna, once again, thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Thanks, Dave.
Back to the studio. Jim Canie and Donna Hogan, thank you for taking the time to talk to us and share information about your group, the Canadians for Family Law Reform here in Sarnia, recently rallying and getting together on a regular basis. If you want to find out more about the Canadians for Family Law Reform, you can contact them on Facebook at Canadians for Family Law Reform. Now, very excited, we are also adding a supplemental show to the show, and it's called The Show Goes Live, and that'll be starting Monday, June the 18th at 9:30, and every Monday at 9:30, a live interactive broadcast that you, the viewer, can join, ask your questions, be brought on the show, ask the guests questions. We're going to have live special guests, all live. And once again, that's starting June the 18th. That's Monday at 9:30 Eastern. And our first two guests on the Show Goes Live will be Donna Hogan and Jim Canie to talk more about the Canadians for Family Law Reform. And you can log in and ask your questions to these two special guests. And we're going to have a good time talking to them. And that will be happening every Monday. There'll be a new live show at 9:30 Eastern starting June the 18th. Watch for it on Facebook. All right, if you also want to know more news that is the news around the Sarnia area, take the time to visit down at www.lambtonshield.com, lambtonshield.com, once again featuring the show every Wednesday, as well as talking about local news that affects Sarnia and outside news that affects Sarnia. So once again, visit lambtonshield.com. All right, well, that's all the time I've got for you. Please take the time to visit my website at www.davidburrows.ws and join me on Facebook and Twitter and all those social medias so you can stay up to date on what's happening here on the show. That's all the time I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share with 5 new friends. Have a great week and an even better weekend. We'll see you next time right here on the show. Bye for now.
Time going on, yeah, this place is kicking. See a lot of rugged cowboys right for the picking. I only came to hear the band and dance. Now I ain't looking to hook up or find some deep romance. Hey, hey, I ain't ready for a lover or a new last name. It's way too soon for me to board that train. One thing I'm so sure of, I ain't ready for love. And I remember Mama told me, darling, you should wait. Gotta look out for yourself, girl, before it's too late. Don't fall in love with every boy you meet. I still hear Mama's words, can't say I just